This Tuesday, June 19th, Dr. Peter Parker's diplomatic uniform was put on display at the Framingham History Center's annual meeting. Henry Cook, a historical costumer from Randolph, Mass., gave a presentation on the conservation and history of the uniform.
And I'm pleased to be asked to be part of it this evening. As I said to a few of you this evening when you came in and you were looking at some of the artifacts, we're going to be doing a little bit of history. We're going to do a little bit of history detective work because when I came here about a year ago and they said, well, we've got Dr. Parker's uniform, his diplomat's uniform, and I got the little capsule history about Dr. Parker and being a diplomat to China and being a surgeon, being a missionary. The time. You gotta have a time. He was born today, 1804. So I want everybody stand up because he would appreciate this. We're gonna sing happy birthday to Peter Parker. Come on, up we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Peter Parker. Happy birthday to you. All right. He took up the challenge of being a missionary and minister in China and practiced medicine initially in Singapore. He established a hospital in Canton, China, which was an ophthalmic hospital for treating eye diseases. He performed cataract surgeries, 8 of them in a day.
Oh my gosh.
That just kind of amazed me. This is in the age when they gave you a little bit of opium and said, think of this. Try not to think about what I'm about to do to you with this sharp needle. He came to the notice of important people. As I said, in 1841, he married Miss Harriet Webster. Miss Harriet Webster knew Daniel Webster, Uncle Daniel. And when the Missionary Society said, we don't think you're doing a very good job over there doing the missionary part. You're doing okay on the medical stuff, but that's not what we're paying you for, so we're cutting your stipend. And he was kind of shaken by that. Well, his wife, being no slouch and being charming and smart and very well connected politically, talked to the Secretary of State, talked to Daniel Webster, talked to a number of prominent people in Congress, and before you knew it, he was appointed as chargé d'affaires with an open pocketbook to an open line of credit to banks in London that served the U.S. The show of diplomacy requires special attire. You don't dress like an ordinary merchant. When you're meeting with heads of state, then and now, you are expected to comport yourself as a representative of your native country. Those in the mid-19th century, these were often richly embroidered in gold and silver thread. So the first order of business was to stabilize the collar, and little bits and pieces of gold thread were coming off and had to be tacked back down. And one would come off, and you tack it down. And 2 more would come off, and you tack those down. We're making steady progress. I got the exciting news that not only do we have his coat and his trousers, we have his suspenders. Yeah, they took them out, laid them on the table across the street, and I said, oh, they're very interesting suspenders. What they really are, and I don't know why he had 2 of them, they're ceremonial sword belts. That is actually woven almost like seat belt in its construction, but it's all silk. And then the wool on the bottom, the frog as it's called, matches the wool of the coat. I could have taken the easy course out, except I lost them, used that to repair the coats, but they're too darn nice. And they're, of all the things in this ensemble, they're in the best condition. One of them has a lot of wear and tear. It's probably the sword belt that he wore with a ceremonial sword on state occasions.
The uniform will continue to be restored over the coming months and will then be put on display.